Okay, are we done, guys? Can we mark this? Not. Yes? Okay. All right, so activity 3.5 is then the information there. I hope that you've highlighted that for you as well. So let us go through that quickly. The first one, the average income per customer is 400. The total number of potential customers, 700. Then the calculation of the total income is 700 times 400 gives you 280,000. Huh? Then we've got 20% is what we think they will spend on our product. And then multiply this percentage with the total income that we've worked out just now. So 20% times the 280,000. That will then give you 56,000. Hospitality, could you hear me? Because I know the helicopter was going up and down. Okay. Then the potential that we want to spend on our product is 9%. So how to work out your market share is in 9% times 56,000. And that will give you 5,040. 5040. Who got that right? Okay, great. The others? Could you see where you made your mistake? Right. That is what it's all about. Not by having it right, but knowing where your mistakes are. Okay, then activity 3.6. Let us mark that one quickly as well. All right, so here determine the average income per customer, 100,000. Your total customers that you expect is 200. Calculation of your total income, 200 times 100,000 will give you 20 million. Please, guys, make sure that you have all the zeros, no? So that is actually in total 7 zeros. Please make sure. All right, so that you don't lose marks there. Determine the percentage of this total income, and that is in 3%. And then multiply this percentage by the total income per to determine the total amount. That is in 3% times the 20 million will give you 600,000. Now, there was a catch here. Did you see that? Last sentence says, however, of these customers, 70% buy frozen meals from your competitors. So what does that mean? 100 percentage means 100, no? So 100 minus 70 gives you 30%. So only 30% is yours, not 100, not 70. Did you see that? Be aware and be awake, no? Right. Okay, so if you did see that, it's great. Okay, so your percentage that they will spend on your products is then 30%, not 70. That is from that they will spend on the competitors. And then work out a market share that is in 30% times the 600,000. That will give you 180,000. Please make sure that you did write all the zeros there as well. Okay. Let us just do the last bit for this one, then we're done. Just 3 minutes, please. So next thing that we're going to have to look at is the indicators of growth. So we are not in isolation when we do business. Okay, so when we do business, we have other aspects that actually has an influence on the economy and the growth of any business. So the factors that will be included here is production capacity. That is then the product factor or production factor. That could be land, labor, enterprises, funds available, and then also the economy. which is then the circumstances within a business and the general economic circumstances. Benefits from the economy of a country. This is now where we actually look at what we have, what our strengths are, and also the constraints of that will have an effect on the constraints of growth. So the first one is that you actually need the need for better infrastructure. Bottom page 66. So here we are maybe looking at factors like the installation of solar heater systems, especially when we have a problem with our electricity, create job opportunities. That is now regarding infrastructure. Then government involvement, supply households with electricity and running water. This could be main concerns. And then Eskom actually gives the customers rebates to encourage them to install solar heaters. Well, nowadays it must be Eskom approved or local government approved. So there's more laws regarding that now. Encourage employers to employ South African youth. And for that, they actually have this was started with the Act of Employee Tax Incentives, which was in January 2014. And this is where they actually have a wage subsidy. So what this means is that the employer actually gets a little bit of tax relief, meaning money back, if they employ then the youth that are actually in that vulnerable group. And the third one here that we know all about is the world tendencies. What is going on now with Trump making headlines nowadays? We don't know what the next step is. No, no country can operate in isolation. That is the truth. Now, what happens in South Africa, if we look at that, if the rand value decreases, it means that it is very attractive for foreign tourists to actually come and visit South Africa. Okay, so this is positive regarding the tourism industry, also the hospitality industry. But when the rand value actually increases, this means that it can harm our exports. So then it's not that cheap to import our products from other countries anymore. So this has a bad influence then on them. Also, there's a significant impact on the world's economy with border closure, with the war that's going on in Iraq and Israel and America, Donald Trump threatening a lot of people nowadays, also restrictions that could be happening. All right, guys, I think we will start with our market information, which is then the next slide. We will start with that one tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you for listening.